What's up YouTube, Jamie the Kid CFE here, coming at you guys with another deck profile. This time I'm going to be profiling Narukami. This is a Narukami Vermilion control build, as the title might have hinted. This is, in my opinion, my favourite version of the deck. I don't like some of the other decks that play Breakthrough or have more emphasis on Thunderbreak Dragon. I just love killing loads of things with Vermilion because I'm really simple like that. This deck is all about beat down, beat down, beat down, with a little bit of retiring rear guards, but it is mainly a heavy beat down deck. Beat down, searching your way through the deck for all the different things you need, and of course, searching your deck for that Vermilion. So you'll see how it plays as we go through it. So to start things off, we're going to play one Lizard Soldier Saishin as our starting Vanguard. This guy is a great 5k booster that immediately applies pressure on your opponent, swinging, 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 and if your opponent is using a Pioneer similar to this, it's going to force them to try and use the Pioneer quickly, or continually guard swings with this boosting, because otherwise you can just Counterblast 1 after you've of course taken your 1 damage, usually on turn 1, Counterblast 1, put them into the soul, and retire that Pioneer so they're not going to get their free searches, or things like that. It's really great against Gold Paladins with their Criffs and things like that. And all sorts of little things like Pale Moon with their Girl Across the Gap. It just really has a lot of application. I much prefer it to Draco Kid, because I don't really need to search grade 3s that much in this. I have draw power for that. Then for the trigger lineup, I play 4 heals, 4 draws, and then 8 criticals, because as I said, this is beat down, and it's Vermilion control. In Vermilion control, you do not want to play stands, because of the very fact that in Vermilion control, you're often going to be swinging with Vermilion first to try and kill all your opponent's Vanguards when you're using its limit break, and you really just don't want to be drawing stand triggers at that point, because your rear guards haven't attacked. So yeah, that is our trigger lineup. Good old 8 crits, because hitting with criticals is always nice fun. Then for our ones, as I said, this is beatdown, so we're playing 4 Red River Dragoon, 4 8Ks. Just swinging out, putting out that damage, trying to build your 12k columns, but it's usually just going to be building so you know you're only going to be building 18 columns. Sorry, I've got Gigantic Destroyer on the brain. I've been building Gold Paladins all day. These guys are just great fun, really great to open early game. And just boosting to make sure that your columns are going to be forcing your opponent to guard for 10 every time you're swinging with a rear guard. What's not to love about AK Vanillas? They're vanilla. I love vanilla. Then we play 3 Desert Gunner Ryan. I really don't like the grade 2. I've completely forgotten his name, but I really don't like the grade 2 simply because it's a triple rare and it costs a lot. It costs me money to get, and I don't have that much of a problem in playing these. They're a great 7k booster, and you can just drop it in the boost to lock down one of your opponent's interceptors. Again, like I don't have a reasoning for it, but I just don't like the grade 2. I prefer the grade 1. So accept my reasoning, or try and prove me wrong in the comment section below. Then I play Double Lightning of Hope. In this deck, you will draw dead. You will draw a few dead cards like Dragonic Deathsides. You will draw dead Vermilions after you've used your first Vermilion. So this is quite nice just to cycle through your hand. Or if you have, say, dead Photon Bomber Wyverns that you don't need in hand, or just draw triggers. Early game, swinging in with your Vanguard and swinging with this in the back row can just help you draw closer and closer to your win conditions, such as Thunderbreak and such as Vermilion. So that's why you play it. Then I play Double Photon Bomber Wyvern. As I said, this is heavy aggro, so we're going to be pushing our opponent to 3 damage pretty damn quickly. And then he's going to start boosting your Vanguard for 10k. So it's by turn 2 to 3, turning your Vanguard into a 20k guaranteed. If you've got Thunderbreak, it's 25. If you've got Vermilion, it's 21. So it's an excellent card to play. I just wouldn't play any more than 2, because it's completely dead in the rear guard circles. So yeah, if it's behind a rear guard, because it's only going to be boosting for 6. And we play our Red River Dragoons to mean that we can boost for 8. So once you've drawn your one of these, you're going to start cycling this out with Helenas, so you really have no need for it. And then to round off the ones, I play 3 Wyvern Guard Gould, which is nice because I was playing 2 up until like last week, because I only had 2. So having 3 of these is really helpful, because of course you don't play that much defense in this deck, so you need a little bit of defense. You can't go all aggro in Vanguard. You just cannot do it. For the 2s, this is where even more beat sticks come in. We play 4 Thunderstorm Dragoons. Again, standard 10Ks. Punch, 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 punch. Nothing else to say there. For Demonic Dragon Berserker Garuda. We play 4 Garuda because of the amount of counterblast we're going to go through in this deck. On average, you want to try and use Vermilion once, maybe 1 Death Scythe, you want to use your Saishin, and then you want to use your Thunderbreak. So that's obviously more than 5 counterblasts. So having 4 of these means that your counterblasts are almost always going to be live, and because when your opponent realizes what they're playing against, they're really not going to want to let these attacks hit. So even if you're not going to be using it to actually uncounterblast your damage, it's going to be forcing guards out of your opponent's hand simply because they don't want you having your counterblast back. So it serves a dual purpose, either forcing cards out of your opponent's hand or giving you more counterblast back to force cards off your opponent's board with your counterblast to kill things. Then I play double Perfect Guard, so now I'm double of the 10k guard. Pretty self-explanatory. You need a little bit of defense, and stacked up with a red Revidagoon behind it, it's still 16, so it's going to be pushing a 10k out of your opponent's hand. And then I play double Death Scythe. Some people play 4 Death Scythes. I really don't agree with that. I don't think you have nearly enough counterblast for 4 Death Scythes. I just think that 2 is the ideal number. I think 2 is the ideal number. And that rounds off our 2s. Again, I'd probably play 1 more 2 if I could cut a 1, but I quite like the ratios in this deck. It tests really well, so. Then for the 3s, of course, I'm playing my standard 7-man 3 lineup, which I always play. 3 Thunderbreak Dragon. If I had a 4th, I'd probably cut a Vermilion for it, because I really like Thunderbreak Dragon in the end game. Vermilion is all fair and good, but Thunderbreak, in my opinion, is probably the long-term better Vanguard. So let's actually get the Vermilions on the table so that I can actually talk about them both. How you want your grade 3s to play out. You want to, of course, ride your Vermilion as the first grade 3 that you're going to bring out. Hopefully to meet your opponent's full field and to meet your 4 damage. You're going to drop this, try and swing in, kill as much as you can. That is as far as Vermilion goes. It's a nice 11k, but otherwise you're just going to be putting these on the rear guard to give you an 11k rear guard, which is great fun. After you've used your Vermilion, because you're of course on 4 damage, because you've used the Vermilion skill, you immediately just want to ride straight in with a Thunderbreak Dragon. You're dropping your Thunderbreak Dragon, maybe if you're on 5 damage at this point, because your opponent's getting desperate, you could use a Counterblast skill, Counterblast, kill another opponent's rear guard. Great fun. Then you're of course then going to be swinging in for 15, which is far superior compared to 11. 15 plus your Wyvern Gold, Photon Bomber Wyvern is going to be giving you a consistent 25 stack compared to a 21 stack. So I guess the math churns out there. 25 is far superior to 21. But otherwise, I think that's all the reasoning and all the things I have to talk about this deck. It is really good fun. It's definitely not massively top tier, but I really enjoy playing it. It plays so well, puts out so much damage, and I regularly go X1 at my locals with this, so I'm looking forward to playing Gold Paladins for once, because I told myself I wasn't going to play top tier, and now I've got to. But otherwise, yeah, this has been my Narukami build. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know what you've thought. As usual, like, comment, and subscribe for more Vanguard content. I'm trying to get this channel rolling, so yeah, and let me know what you want to see. But otherwise, this has been Jamie the Kid CFV, and I will see you soon with some more Vanguard content. Peace out, YouTube. Bye.